heaven is about to break loose, and here's why. You have been someone who has been wronged time and time again by people who were close to you and people who just knew you, but you were wronged. And this is how you handled it. You didn't take revenge. You were hurt. You might have gotten angry. You might have cried, but you never took revenge. Even when you had the opportunity to hurt, to do back what was done to you, to go further than what was done to you, you never took revenge. You had the power, you had the resources, and you had the connections to really avenge yourself immediately, but you didn't do it because there's something in you. There's something fundamentally about you that truly knows you are divinely protected and looked down on. You are divinely protected and looked out for. So you didn't take revenge. When everyone said, man, I don't know how you do that, or you need to do this, or you need to go back at them this way, you need to try this, you said no. And that's why all heaven is about to break loose. And what do I mean by all heaven is about to break loose? You know the saying where it's like when people say all hell is about to break loose and things go wrong? No. All heaven is about to break loose, and this is what I mean. Everything that was held up for you is now coming right to you, you know? People can't stop you. People can't take things from you. People can't break you. They can only delay you. And now it's gotten to the point where that delay will no longer hold. That delay will no longer happen. So everything that was meant to happen, right? People have stopped it. They have put a barrier against it. They have made it so that it was so much more difficult than needed to be. So it's like there was more added into the bucket, more added into the bucket, more added into the bucket. Instead of it flowing to you, well, what's happening now is that bucket is now about to finally tip, spill over, and go right into your life as if it's an all at once blessing, like a ka-ching, 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 just everything happening at once. This is where a few years ago, I'd say maybe about 2 years ago, I was writing something down and I heard the Spirit of God say, it all happened at once. Everything they wanted, it's going to happen at once. And I was going through a really rough time in my life. I really had some foul people and foul intentions being done against me. And it was hard. When I was writing this down and I got upset, I'm like, God, how is having everything they want happen? How was that good? Like, I don't understand. You know these people, you know what's going on. How is that good? Fast forward a few years later, I understand. Oh, you know the saying, be careful what you wish for? Everything that people have done to hurt you, it was only instructed to help you. You dive into my favorite scripture is Genesis 50:20. Though you meant evil against me, God intended it for my good. The evil they meant against you is for your good, right? Say the evil they wanted is to have you completely isolated and to take all of the friendships, the connections, and the resources you've had. Well, that isolation gave you the moment to have solace and peace. And in that moment of solace and peace, you were able to get that idea and act on it and build on it and grow from it. And then that becomes an income for you. And that becomes a source of building connections for you, right? That's just one area. Right? There's so many different ways where initially it was meant for evil. But God can use that and flip it and be for your benefit and your good. Take a sip. Diamonds, I hope y'all are drinking y'all tea, drinking your water, taking your vitamins, not getting revenge, staying out the way, and stay focusing on you. When I tell you, you are the only one that's going to glow from behaving and moving like that. Take another sip. My favorite has been a ginger. a ginger lemon tea. I love it. And I just woke up and this message is heavy on my spirit, so I had to come and make this for you. I haven't even started my day. I literally woke up, brushed my teeth, washed my face, and I said I need to make this video for my diamonds. So back to the topic at hand. Do not seek revenge. And I I am not someone who does this easily. Even though I don't have a vengeful spirit or vengeful heart, I am one of those people where when I love you, when I am a part of your life, when you're a part of my life, I go to the ends of the earth for you. I do the absolute most for you. So when you wrong me, it is something where I just cannot comprehend. And I'm just like, how could you be so nasty and evil towards me? And I want to get revenge. And I say, no, don't do it, right? I'm telling you how I think and how I am, diamonds. So when I say don't get revenge, it's not because I'm coming from a place of I've always had the perfect life and, nothing's ever wrong, does ever happen. No, it's the complete opposite. It's the complete opposite. However, I've always kept an upright heart. Even when I wanted to get nasty, even though I wanted to get in the field, even though I wanted to get it back in blood, I didn't do it. I remained with an upright heart and an upright posture. And it's literally as if, because I've always done that, blessings have always found me. Even though things have been delayed, another blessing was en route, right? So it got to the end where at the end of everything, every blessing that was meant to happen happened all at once. And it's almost as if, it's really held for a certain point for that breakthrough to happen and put you in the position so everyone can see. And at one point in life, it got to the point where I was like, God, why do I have to keep seeing or going around, certain areas where people will be? I don't like how they treat me. They don't like me. I just don't understand it. And another thing, when you don't seek revenge, God will position you to be blessed in front of the people who meant harm against you. Right? God will prepare a table for you in the presence of your enemies. That's why you don't have to get revenge. That's a whole part of God avenging you, And another thing, if you are someone who succumb to the idea of seeking revenge, then you become consumed with it. Becoming consumed with the idea of seeking revenge, it's not healthy, one, and two, it takes the focus off of you. So instead of you waking up and focusing on how to change your life financially, how to change your life spiritually, how to change your life emotionally, how to put yourself in the best position, you become focused with this person did this. How can I get them back? How can I ruin their day? It sounds so bizarre, but the people who don't like you are seriously focused on you, right? Why do you think that they're so quick and always around when something wrong happens? It's because they wake up with you on their mind. You are literally rent-free in someone's head who proclaims to hate you, who proclaims that you've done them wrong, yet you are rent-free on their mind. Seeking revenge is not something that the main character should do or allow herself to become focused on, or allow herself to become don't let that become the focus of your day. There's so many different things that you can put your energy into. If you don't need to lose weight, you can focus on building muscle. If you do need to lose weight, you can lose weight. If you are in a good place financially, you can focus on building wealth. If you're not in a good place financially, you can focus on getting out of debt. There's a two-part point to focusing on anything in your life. You could focusing on getting to the baseline or focusing on getting better. That is essentially what the main character should be focusing on. Getting to the baseline of something or getting better in something. And that's something only you can thank yourself for. You are someone who lives rent-free in so many people's head. Don't you think you owe it to yourself to live rent-free in your own head? And it's not conceited to constantly think about yourself. It's not stuck up to constantly think about yourself. I made a video talking about, are you self-obsessed? Becoming self-obsessed is literally the only way to get out of wherever you are at that you're not happy about. Diamonds, I love you. And I really hope this is a message that is encouraging for you. I'm going to go ahead and post this video now because I want the diamonds to hear this. And let's sound off. If you stayed to the end, type in, I don't get revenge. I only get avenged. So diamonds, I love you and I will talk to you soon.